Hi everyone. So I've been using this iPhone 13 mini for over 2 weeks now, and I don't have any secondary phone. This is my primary phone, so I've done everything on this. So I mean everything apart from gaming, like video calling, normal calls, watching videos on YouTube, watching some Netflix, social media, everything on this phone. So I want to talk about that, like how was my experience. I've already shared my first impression, and you can see that video, so that will tell you like how I actually feel about this phone. But in this video I'm going to talk about the short-term review of this phone. I'm gonna make a long-term review as well because I think this phone deserves one. I think the only phone that could compete with this phone was Asus 8, but it did not launched in India. So I think this is the only compact phone that is flagship that you can purchase in so many countries. See, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. It is a beautiful phone. From the build to color and also in hand feel to pocketability, this phone is just love. I'm not using any case on this because I don't feel as scared as a bigger phone that I'm going to drop this. The glossy fingerprint glass gives it a good grip, and the feeling of matte aluminum is just great. If we don't count the notch as a part of build and in-hand feel, I generally have no complaints with this phone. It does feel premium. It is a light phone, so light that every other phone feels heavy and big, even Pixel 4a. So you should keep this in mind before buying this. This might be your last compact flagship phone, and switching to a bigger phone later might not be easy. At first I thought this camera system will look weird because I didn't like that diagonal placement, but after using it in my hand, I mean, it does not look bad. Also the camera size is quite big, so it does not look bad at all. But yeah, the camera bump is a little bigger, so if you place it on the table, it does wobble a little bit more than last year. This is a durable phone because it has that ceramic shield on the front, but it does get minor scratches easily. I'm yet to see any scratch on the display, but on the back there are some. Although they do not interfere with anything, but if scratches bother you, I would suggest go get a case and a screen protector. Underneath that ceramic shield there is a beautiful OLED panel. It is as bright as last year Pro series, so visibility has been a little better under sunlight. Two things that I've noticed that in this display, this year it is not as warm as last year, but I saw a hint of green tint in extreme low light conditions. All in all, it's a great display with HDR10 support and Dolby Vision. But that raises a question, is this too small to watch content on? Well, the answer is not simple. See, if you're going to get a compact phone, the display is going to be small. And if you're still confused, I think you should go to a store, check the phone and compare it with your current phone, whether you'll be able to watch something on it or not. For me, it's enough size because I only watch YouTube videos on this phone, but otherwise if I have to rely on Netflix or some other media streaming, either I watch on my iPad or I use TV for that. But I know a lot of people only rely on their phone, so I would highly suggest go to a store, check the size, then buy it. Also, the stereo speakers on this phone are really good. They give equally sound from both speakers. Yes, the small frame cannot create as much bass, but otherwise if you're watching YouTube on this phone, it's going to be perfect. So let me just give you an example. Whenever I talk about performance of any phone, I don't rely on benchmarks. I just only talk about my experience as a known gamer. So if you're looking for benchmarks, I think this is not the right place for you. But otherwise, the performance is excellent. So this phone is going to last you for years. Although the jump between A14 to A15 is not very big, Apple only worked on the optimization of the CPU because of the same 5 nanometer architecture. But the heating problem was there in A14 because it used to get warm a little bit earlier. Although this phone gets warm as well because it has a small chassis while video recording or charging. But otherwise, in normal day-to-day use, it has been really good. If I talk about the battery and charging of this phone, you get a little bit bigger battery. That's why Apple is claiming 1 hour 30 minutes more. But the charging speeds are same. So you get 20 watt wire charging and 12 watt MagSafe. Yes, this phone does not support that 15 watt MagSafe wireless charging. But as this phone is quite small, so you get faster charging. So you get approximately 80% in 50 minutes. But after that, it takes approximately half an hour. So total time is 1 hour 20 minutes to get it fully charged. But this phone lasts me almost full day most of the time unless I'm doing extensive video call. So it gives me around 5 hours of screen on time for 24 hours, and there is still 30% left, so I think which is pretty good for me. So I charge it every day morning and it works for me. The only time I charge it twice because I had to do a video call and it died in less than 4.5 hours because that was just video call. Keep that in mind. I usually use my phone with single SIM. I don't play games on it and I'm 80% on Wi-Fi. I also tried it on 4G, so I got approximately 4 hours and 30 minutes, and the battery life left was 27%. It's still really good for this compact phone, but if you are a heavy user, I don't think this phone is going to last you full day. If I'm not talking about the cellular reception, Wi-Fi speed and other basic feature, that means this phone has been really good for me. So it did not bother me and I never even think about that sort of thing. So I'm just going to jump right to the camera. See, I don't care about the specs, I don't care about the sensor size. If the photo is good, I do not care that whether it has been achieved from a hardware or a software. The camera is similar to iPhone 12 camera, except it takes less time to click pictures and gather more light and low light. The daytime images are identical to last year's camera. The only complaint I have with this camera is the HDR performance. It is not good in both front and rear. The front camera especially cannot handle the brighter scene behind you, and the quality is meh. The rear camera, however, is really good in quality. We also have new filters which dynamically change the color and tune the picture, but they do not change your skin color as much. With that, you can achieve a pixel-like look or a Samsung-like look, although I still prefer the standard mode because I started appreciating the accurate color more than the vivid and contrasty picture. If I get my hands on Pixel 6, I will definitely compare these cameras. See, video is iPhone's forte and it has been always good. If it comes to video, iPhone is superior, no doubt. But this year they came with cinematic mode, and I actually don't like it. I really don't like the focus breathing. I also don't like the edge detection on the cinematic mode. So maybe in future it might work and it might be the best implementation right now, but for right now it's a no-go for me. This phone comes with iOS 15 and it has a lot of bugs. I don't know if Mini can't render some of the apps or it is just iOS 15. Otherwise, I'm having a great time with this phone. I just hope Apple does not cancel this Mini series because I know there is a market for such compact phones. I do recommend this phone to those people who like small phones and do not care about the OS limitations. I would love to use this phone for a long time, but I think that's not possible for me. But if you're getting one, I would say use it for a long time. Follow me on Twitter if you want to see the small details of the tech I'm using every day. And if you're not subscribing here, please keep coming back to watch my videos. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.